Hi everybody, it's Harriet here from Heal with Harriet, and this is my first video on this new channel. I deleted a lot of earlier content because I wanted to create something new and fresh. If you didn't watch my prior content, you might not remember why you subscribed to this channel in the first place, but I went through protracted benzodiazepine withdrawal for about 5 years, and then I got better, and then I got COVID. And then I got long COVID and it affected me terribly. And I don't want to go too much into it because this is going to be a very positive, healing-based channel. But I was sick with long COVID for, 14 months, and it hit me very differently than my benzodiazepine withdrawal. But in many ways, it felt very similar. And I felt like I had to draw on all of the healing tools that I learned during benzo withdrawal to employ into my healing journey with long COVID. And a lot of that was cultivating a resilience mindset. A lot of that was pulling deep and not letting the suicidal thoughts win. And when I say suicidal thoughts, it was, I don't want to die. I just don't want to live like this anymore. It was horrific. And I was going through a divorce during that time, and I was completely alone. At least during benzo withdrawal, I had my then husband. And it was a dark night of the soul, another dark night of the soul. I truly believe in the whole, you're a spiritual being put on this planet, and before you incarnate onto the earth, you're asked about the spiritual challenges that you want to face on earth so your soul can grow. And I think I apparently just was like a glutton for punishment before I decided to come into my earthly body because somebody up there is not fucking around. But one of the things that I firmly believe and that I had to hold as a firm belief in order to keep going was the belief that all of this suffering was going to do some good. All of this suffering was going to eventually help others to heal. And I think growth comes in the form of, and I remember Carol Radziwill from Real Housewives of New York City said this, that true power and healing and strength comes when you can alchemize your own suffering into something positive and use that suffering to help others keep going or stay strong or heal. And I've always felt like my suffering had a purpose so that I could not only up-level myself, but help others heal. And when I tell you, I feel like I am the queen of having tried out every modality, every type of diet, every type of meditation, every type of practice for my own healing. I spent so much money on healing from benzo withdrawal and healing from long COVID. And it was crippling, not to mention paying for a divorce and going through a lot of healing from trauma and a miscarriage and a lot of things. It was brutal, but the point of this channel is to give you hope because I needed it so desperately when I was in the throes of my withdrawal and long COVID journey. And I want this channel to be a healing space. And I'm definitely an idealistic person. My favorite season is fall. I love cozy fall things. I love soft blankets and, cozy fall, like magic movies. Like I love the show Charmed. I like anything that feels cozy. But what this channel is and what this is going to be is me sharing how I was able to heal, how I was able to rewire my brain and my limbic system and my nervous system for safety, how I was able to cultivate safety in my body, something I had not felt probably my entire life. But that obviously was made extremely evident during my protracted withdrawal and then really apparent in different ways during my long COVID journey. I dug deep into every methodology I could think of to help me heal from long COVID. And one of the main ways that I was able to make it out was through brain rewiring, and the dynamic neural retraining system was the one that I decided to use. Okay, here, let me move my phone. Okay. So DNRS is the one that I chose to use with Annie Hopper. She was kind of like the pioneer and the original who helped with brain retraining and rewiring your brain, your nervous system, healing your limbic system, signals of safety, all that good stuff. It was also the cheapest. So that's the one I went with. I will talk to you about my protocol in depth that I did with that. In addition to that, I implemented the medical medium lifestyle. I removed gluten. And I just want to say this. A lot of people will talk shit about medical medium, about cutting out gluten or dairy or whatever, like whatever diet you choose to follow, people are going to have negative things to say about it. For me, I also used all of the supplements that Medical Medium recommended, not all of them, but a lot of them for his Epstein-Barr virus protocol. I figured I tried to test out every theory for long COVID. There's a couple of theories. There's the microclot theory as to why you're not healing. There is the viral persistence theory, meaning that the spike protein or the virus is in your gut. It hasn't fully cleared your body. Some posts on like the long COVID Reddit forum I was a part of, I know they posted about how there were studies done showing that the virus could be in your brain. Like a year later, that goes to lend credence to the viral persistence theory. And then the other theory is that I chose to subscribe to after I had gone and seen a cardiologist, a neurologist, of every doctor you could possibly see, have every blood test done I possibly could, and they found nothing other than signs of a deeply dysregulated nervous system and a misfiring, dysfunctional autonomic nervous system. And your autonomic nervous system, it controls everything. And if it's off, that leads to a lot of these long COVID symptoms, the POTS symptoms, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, the blood pressure issues. There's so many of them. There's too many to list for what I dealt with and what other people are dealing with in the long COVID community. But for me, once all the tests were ruled out, after I'd been gaslit by all of the doctors, the long COVID clinics saying this is just depression, this is just anxiety, I was like, fuck, no, it's not. And it was the same thing that happened with the protracted benzo withdrawal journey. And the same thing that people in that community that I was a part of for a very long time are told over and over and over again, like, you're fine, your tests are fine, your symptoms, what you're experiencing, like we don't know why. And we just feel like we're losing our minds. We're like, I'm not crazy. I've never dealt with this before in my life. I know this is not depression. If I am depressed right now, it is only because I am dealing with crippling symptoms and I just want my life back. Like, of course I'm depressed. Of course I'm anxious, but it's not my anxiety or my depression that is causing me to experience these symptoms. The anxiety and depression are the result of the issues that I'm currently dealing with. So through rewiring my body, my brain, my nervous system, my limbic system for safety through DNRS, but you can also use Gupta, Primal Trust. There's a lot of different brain rewiring protocols that you can use and programs that you can buy. I just went with the cheap option. In addition to EFT, the emotional freedom technique, or tapping as it's commonly known, where you tap on meridian points while saying certain things out loud. I can go through all of that. I'm going to do tapping videos. I got certified to be a EFT practitioner. Somatic experiencing, inner child healing. There's so many things that I did to heal. I kept a daily log of all of my protocols, what I tried, what worked, what didn't. And all of this is to say, there's a huge portion of people in these groups, and I used to be one of them, who, upon hearing that brain rewiring and nervous system retraining has worked to heal so many people from long COVID, from protracted benzodiazepine withdrawal syndrome, and it's been nothing short of a miracle for these people, and they've gotten their lives back, and they've reprogrammed their body and their nervous system. They've literally wired their body for safety and for healing. They've gotten it out of fight or flight and into parasympathetic, rest and digest, away from sympathetic, which is fight or flight. And they've healed. It can be very triggering because it feels like you're being told by a doctor yet again, it's all in your head. And that is not what I am saying, and that is not what people who have healed from this are trying to say. What we're trying to communicate is that the symptoms that you are experiencing, the long COVID, that the symptoms are symptoms and signs of a dysregulated, misfiring nervous system. They are the result of your body being in fight or flight, not being able to get into rest and digest, not feeling safe to heal. And brain rewiring, EFT, somatic experiencing, yoga, all of this stuff that works, visualizations, which I'm going to share a ton of on this channel, are working to rewire your brain and your nervous system to show that you are safe. You are safe to heal. You are allowed to feel good in your body. You are allowed to experience joy. You're allowed to smile and experience happiness for no freaking reason. Just because you're alive, just because it's sunny, just because it's a beautiful day, you're allowed to be happy. And for me, our brain protects us from a lot on this healing journey, a lot. I have videos, and I had posted them on this channel. I took them down of when I was at my worst with both benzo withdrawal, and I didn't do videos with long COVID because I was like, I was so sick. It wasn't even a thought. It was bad. It was bad. It was screaming into the abyss. It was feeling like I had lost my mind. It was losing who I was at my core. It was losing my sense of self. It was losing everything. It was being housebound and bedbound for 2 to 3 years. It was a dark, dark night of the soul. But I want to show through this channel that you can come back from that there is hope, there is always hope, and that our bodies want to heal. And if there is nothing medically wrong with you, you've had the tests done, you've had CTs, you've had MRIs, you've explored every option, you've seen the doctors, you've gotten the blood work, and it's all fine. It's all normal. And you're being told, we don't know why you feel like this. We can't explain your symptoms. This is for you. This channel, these posts, these videos are for you. This channel is going to be for you to come back to when you are feeling hopeless, like you feel like you can't go on another day, that nobody believes you're suffering, nobody believes your symptoms, nobody is validating your long COVID or your benzo withdrawal or your psych med withdrawal or your chronic illness or whatever it may be experience. I want to be that person because I have dealt with the family, the friends, the doctors, not believing you, not supporting you, not understanding you. And that in and of itself feels like another type of death and another type of grief. And it really is. So I hope this channel can be your safe space, your healing space. I'm going to be sharing EFT videos. I'm going to be sharing, I'm also a certified yoga teacher. I don't know if I shared that. Yoga helped me with rebuilding strength in my legs after being bedbound for copious long periods of time with both benzo withdrawal and then long COVID. I'll be sharing some yoga videos, some that you can do from bed, some that you can do from the floor. I'll be sharing videos about somatic experiencing, meditations. I will be sharing a ton of visualizations, which are a key part of DNRS and also just all of the brain rewiring programs. Any of them that you do, utilize future self visualizations where you go into your mind because your brain doesn't know the difference between a thought and an actual experience. So you're literally going in, creating new memories of you doing things that you want to do in the future when you're better. And it's letting your brain know it's safe to do that. It's programming your hippocampus with this new experience, this new memory, so that when you do it in the future, it'll be wired for safety and feelings of safety, and you can do it without experiencing symptoms or issues. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to share. I'm so excited to be back on this channel. I'm so excited to share about things in video form. If there's any specific videos or questions that you have, please leave them below and I will try to make videos about them. You're also going to witness firsthand my journey of reclaiming my own life and reinventing myself post long COVID. When you do heal, and there's a really amazing woman. What's her name? I want to say it's Liz with Liz Heal Yourself or like Liz Heal Your Life. But I watched all of her videos. She's amazing brain retraining videos and just like amazing videos in general for healing from chronic illness with brain rewiring. But she talks about reclaiming and recreating your identity and refiguring out your sense of self. My identity for so long was tied up in being somebody who was in benzo withdrawal. Whether I was consciously trying to be a victim or not, it was my reality. My reality was bedbound. My reality was it was unsafe to experience life. It was symptoms. It was suffering. And then I got better and I forgot about it to a certain extent. And then COVID hit and long COVID hit, and I was back into that bedbound experience. And your brain is so sick during those times. You don't really know what you're missing out on. And then you get to a level of healing where you're feeling good enough where your mental symptoms or your neurological symptoms, for me at least, are starting to improve. And then you become, even almost in like a more cruel way, you become aware of what you're missing out on. And it hits you of everything you've missed out on during your illness or during your period of being sick or bedbound. And that hurts. That's another wave and grief that you have to process. And then you get to the point where you're able to go out and do things and you're not feeling those things. You're back into life, but you still are nervous. You don't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel normal yet to be out living your life. You're so traumatized from the experience of being sick for days, weeks, months, years, could be decades, that when you do experience that relief of getting back out there, doing what you've been thinking about doing, and that's where the brain rewiring comes in. You've already had these thoughts and worked through these visualizations of you doing these things in the future, so you hopefully won't feel that anxiety and that foreignness. But it's common to feel that way. And then the other side of that, the side that I am trying to get to now and that I'm actively working through, is once you're past that and once you're back in life, it really, you have to recreate yourself. It's this beautiful, if you look at it, it can be a beautiful chance to recreate your life and reinvent yourself and become who you've always wanted to be, but who you weren't able to be due to this illness or due to these medication injuries or whatever. And it's a really exciting chance to recreate and create a new life for yourself. And I'm going to share all of that with you guys on this channel. I don't know if anyone cares, but I don't know, I feel like this helps me. And I know watching people's accounts of healing and their experiences with healing from benzo withdrawal, their experiences of healing from long COVID, it kept me going on my darkest days. So if I can be that for somebody, if I can give anybody hope to just hold on one more day, or give them hope that one day it's going to get better, because it is. This is a season, and all seasons come to an end. Your season of illness and suffering, it's going to end, and you're going to experience this beautiful life. And before I close out for the day, this is the only place I could film without it being insanely sunny. Look at this. Look at this beautiful, beautiful sunset. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm just so excited to share this channel with you guys and to have this outlet to connect with you all. And I'm so excited. So please let me know down below what you would like to see more of. And I can't wait to share all of my healing tips, techniques, and just everything I've experienced with you all. I hope you have a beautiful day.